America, we're at a crossroads, and I can only speak about what I've endured under American child rape and rape culture. And I hate Larry Ellison for cutting my tongue out, because the only way that we can co-create a new world after patriarchy burns and these oligarchs are removed and taxed and ended, when you believe women and children, because child sex abuse is torture. I'm only going to talk about myself right now because I know everyone has a story, and if it's not you, it's someone you love. 1 in 3 girls, 1 in 6 to 9 boys, you guys don't talk. 1 in 10 men are rapists. Human trafficking is a $438 billion industry a year in America. There are 64 billionaires that live on Palm Beach Island that support the rapist in chief. The Congress, as well as everyone in his cabinet, support, protect, and serve rapists and pedophiles. I know this because I'm a product of this American child rape and rape culture. My father died when I was 8. He was in the Navy. He served this country. He worked for NSA. He was a spy, but he was killed when I was 8. My mother then took me to Florida and then back to Maryland. I was trafficked in 2 states. She married a man named Ralph Belt, who gave me to his adult son, Paul Belt, and I was raped, tortured, and enslaved for 3 years as a little girl. My mother's complicit in the crimes. You don't know what that does to a body, mind, and soul. Let me tell you what it did to my body. I kept my shit together for 30 years. I had 3 children with a man who was a Trump man who thought he owned my body, and he liked that I was a child sex slave. So he would rape me, drug and rape me for 10 years. Prior to that, so I just have like the sign on my forehead that just says, cause harm to this person if you're a white man. Because those are the only ones who have ever harmed me in my life. White men. And you are the problem. Tim Tebow has all the statistics on this. Go to his website and look it up and follow him, because he tells the truth. He knows that most men who rape us are men that we know, and they are white men. And there's a $438 billion human trafficking money a year for white men, mostly white men, in America. We need to end American child rape, and rape culture. See me. I am you. I was tortured for 3 years, and my body keeps the score. I have total jaw reconstruction. I have severe PTSD. I have trigeminal neuralgia from the oral rapes, genital mutilation, and a fistula because of the other kinds of rape. I remember being the prey with the predator, and how my body would just go limp like a dead animal, and my eyes would glaze over, and I would only be in a state of freeze. I'm still there. My brain is wired in rape, torture, death, because of a man named Paul Belt. I wrote about it on LinkedIn. My mouth was wired shut for 18 months. It's a horrible thing to do to a child rape victim, but I had to have a total jaw reconstruction because my whole body's fucked up because of this man and my mother who gave me to him. I wrote on LinkedIn what happened to me, my body, my mind, my soul, after 3 years of rape and torture and enslavement in childhood. A cop in Maryland, no Florida. I talked to 40 Florida sheriffs. They either laughed at me, handcuffed me, arrested me, took me to an institution. They always blame the victim. They do not ever hold the men accountable. And I know this because I was also a rape crisis counselor and a sex therapist in Jacksonville, Florida. And I worked with 3 girls in St. Johns County who were raped at school, or they knew their rapist from school. Lacrosse players, for the most part. Crazy. And The cops, all the sheriff said to the 3 girls was, you'll ruin his life. And they made those girls leave the county. 3 girls, 3 separate girls. When I was working, St. Johns County is the epitome. It's a microcosm of what the macrocosm is in Florida. Florida is a haven for rapists, child rapists, pedophiles, torturers, CSAM, all of it. It's horrific, and it's thick here because they support a rapist and a pedophile in chief. One good cop. It took one good cop. Mo Greenberg. He read about what I wrote on LinkedIn, flew me to Maryland, opened up the oldest SVU case because Maryland doesn't have a statute of limitations, and that's the first place that we should start. And all statutes of limitations in America. And then we start to end American child rape and rape culture. Thank you for listening today. Connect and share.